So you're running Google Ads, right? And getting clicks, well, that's the easy part. But turning those clicks into actual, paying customers, that's the real challenge. And that's exactly what we're going to dig into. Let me ask you something. Does your Google Ads account feel kind of like a revolving door? You see the clicks coming in, but your phone is just silent. Your team is chasing leads that go nowhere. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you're in the right place. And this right here is the core of the frustration, isn't it? The promise is so simple. You put money in, you get more leads out, and boom, profit. But the reality for so many businesses is you're spending that money and just getting a line of, well, tire kickers who burn up your time and your budget. So let's talk about the leaky bucket. I want you to think of your ad budget like a bucket you're trying to fill with water. You keep pouring money in at the top, but it just seems to leak out the bottom before it ever turns into actual jobs. We're going to find those leaks. So where are these leaks coming from? Well, it pretty much boils down to two main things. First, you're attracting the wrong people, folks who just aren't a good fit for your business at all. And second, you're attracting the right people, but at the wrong time. They're just looking around, not ready to pull the trigger. Okay, so let's get specific. What do these wrong leads actually look like when they show up in your inbox or on the phone? The usual suspects. You've got your price shoppers always looking for the lowest possible number. The DIYers who just want free tips. You even get job applicants clicking on your service ads. And of course, there are people who are way outside your service area or folks who just plain don't have the budget for what you do. Every single one of them costs you money for that click and leads to nothing. But here's the thing. It's not just about the wasted ad spend. The real damage from these bad leads goes way deeper. There's a hidden cost that's hurting your business more than you might think. Just think about your team's time for a second. Your sales reps are spending something like a quarter of their entire day just weeding out these bad leads. I mean, that's a massive productivity killer. That's time they should be spending with people who are actually ready to buy. And this isn't just a problem for your sales team. Look at this. Over half of marketers say they waste at least a quarter of their entire budget on these low-quality leads. That's just flushing money away. Okay, listen up, because this is probably the most important point we're going to make. When you let all these cheap, bad leads come through and you count them as conversions, you are literally teaching Google's AI to go find more people just like them. It creates this nasty feedback loop that actually makes your ads perform worse and worse over time. You're accidentally telling Google to sabotage your results. So that's the problem. It's a big one. But the good news is, fixing it starts with a really simple but really powerful shift in how you think about your ads. It's time to forget about cost per lead. Seriously. The number that actually matters is your return on ad spend, or ROS. The goal isn't the cheapest lead, it's getting the most revenue back for every single dollar you put into your ads. It's that simple. And this breaks it down perfectly. The old mindset is all about getting the lowest cost per lead. But what's the outcome? Your team is super busy, but you're not actually making much money. The new mindset focuses on the value you get from each customer. You might get fewer leads and they might cost a little more, but they're better leads. The result is a way higher close rate and actual profitable growth. Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, right? But how do you actually do it? Let's look at a couple of really practical ways you can start filtering for quality customers right away. It really breaks down into a simple 3-step process. First, you filter people out before they even click your ad. Then you filter them again once they land on your page. And finally, you close the loop and teach Google what a good lead actually looks like. So that first step is all about your ad copy, and it's simpler than you think. Look at this. A vague ad like "Best Plumbers in Town" is going to attract absolutely everyone. But a really specific, selective ad like "Plumbing for High-End Renovations" that immediately tells the bargain hunters, hey, this probably isn't for me, and they move on before you have to pay for their click. Your ad itself becomes the first line of defense. Next up is your landing page. Now, this might sound a little backward, but you actually want to add a bit of friction to your contact form. Ask an extra question or two that helps qualify them. Why? Because a serious customer won't mind spending an extra 30 seconds to answer. But a tire kicker, they'll just leave. And that saves your sales team a mountain of headaches. All right, let's wrap this up. What's the real bottom line here? It all comes down to one key idea. And here it is. You have to stop chasing cheap leads. A lead that costs a little more but actually turns into a paying customer is infinitely better than a dozen cheap leads that just waste your time. When it comes to leads, quality will always, always beat quantity. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Take a hard look at your own campaigns and ask yourself, are my Google ads hunting for clicks or are they hunting for customers? Because the answer to that question really does change everything. Hey, if this was helpful for you, make sure you subscribe for more practical insights just like this. We're Proper Marketers, and our whole goal is to help service businesses turn their Google ads into real calls and, actual booked jobs. Thanks so much for your time.